Hello my friends and welcome back to our second part of the February games. If you've not seen the first part, we urge you to check it out as well as the link in the description below, or you can see it at the top of your right corner. As I've mentioned previously, we had to split this list in half as there's a lot of great games that this month has to offer and we could not fit in this short video. So, since we value your time and attention, here is the second half of February's game list. Picking up from where we left off, Assassin's Creed The Ezio's Collection is coming for Nintendo Switch. Assassin's Creed franchise has always been one of my favorite franchises of all time, and I'm so happy to see this come to other platforms. Although we're hearing rumors of the upcoming remake or remaster of the first installment, we can't stop not to notice this amazing collection. If you've never played the series, or Assassin's Creed particularly, I'll brief you as best as I can. You take the role of a young Italian man in which you explore his family's darkest secrets and help him discover his potential in the vast and open world of Italy. The collection edition contains the amazing 3 parts of the legendary master assassin Ezio Auditore da Firenze, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and of course Assassin's Creed Revelation. If you played the series and would like to revisit it again on a handheld device, you can do so when it comes out on 17 February for Nintendo Switch and Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Next, we are having Total War Warhammer 3, and it appears that we are finally getting the cataclysmic conclusion to the Total War Warhammer trilogy. Creative Assembly has delivered amazing strategy games for years now, and I believe will continue the thread. Visually, these games look stunning, and to be fair, I've not played any of the series, but after seeing this one, I am more and more inclined to get the whole trilogy and play them. Vasharal and I have been playing Warhammer Vermintide 2, and we've loved the Warhammer universe, so we are more than interested to see how this Total War game will be like. If you're eager to try it like we are, you don't have to wait for long, because Total War Warhammer 3 is coming for PC only on 17th February as well.
Let's move to the next one, and that is the King of Fighters 15. In my opinion, King of Fighters has been overlooked many times because of 2 giants like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighters that took the spotlight. This year, the King of Fighters come in full force with a new installment. If you don't know what King of Fighter is, to put it shortly, it's a fighting game that had built history since 1994. Even if 28 years has passed since, the King of Fighters does not intend to give up on delivering an amazing fighting game. So if you're excited in kicking your friends or siblings' bottoms in a gorgeous fighting game, don't worry, because it's coming for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 17th February.
On 18th February, we are expecting Horizon Forbidden West to come in full force and expand on the story that first game has left us. In the second part, you'll experience Aloy's continuation on her legendary as she moves west to a far future America to brave a majestic but dangerous frontier where she'll face new and amazing machines and mysterious new threats. Although I've only played a couple of hours of the first one, Vasharal, who finished it, reported to be one of the best games he has played on the PlayStation 4. So I'm curious to hear what this game has to bring further. Now the question of many is, will the second part come to PC as the first one did? It is a matter of time, I guess, until we will see. Sony has seen quite a success on some of the titles launched on the PC, and I would be more than happy to see this one come. Horizon Forbidden West will be on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 for now.
Monark is an interesting JRPG that seems to have fallen under the radar of many players who have been eagerly waiting for various titles we've mentioned in the list and in the previous one. Nevertheless, Monark seems to have an interesting story where you're faced with a challenge that threatens your school and puts you in a difficult spot in saving the people and the world. Shin Mikado Academy is engulfed in a mysterious dome of mist, and almost everybody in contact with the mist becomes mad and enraged. In the game, you're placed to develop your ego to break the pact set by the pact bearers and remove the corrupting mist. In my opinion, Monark deserves a lot more attention than it actually gets. If you're looking for a good JRPG, this may be it. Monark will be coming for PC, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 on the 22nd of February.
Next we have Dusk Diver 2 is the sequel of the Dusk Diver series, who is an anime-style beat-em-up action game. You will be continuing the adventure of Yumo, an ordinary high school girl, and guardianship is about to unfold to a new level. We believe it is an interesting title, and if you are looking to add more action in your life this February, you have to check this game out. Dusk Diver 2 will release for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PC on 24th February.
Martha is Dead is a dark first-person psychological thriller set in 1944 Italy that blurs the lines between reality, superstition, and the tragedy of war. After checking a little bit more about this title, I found out they have come up with another psychological thriller back in 2016, and it was well received by players, so I'm curious to see where this story is going to take us. Although a small development team are working on this game, it looks great and it will be releasing for PC, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 on the 24th of February.
Probably the most anticipated one of February. But I may be mistaken. Let me know in the comments which game you are most excited about this February after watching the whole video. Yep, you guessed it. Elden Ring, the new fantasy action RPG from the company From Software, the developers behind the titles like Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, and Demon Souls. At this point, everybody talks about this title and for a good reason. The game looks stunning and promises to deliver a challenging experience like its previous titles. Elden Ring is an action role-playing game played in a third-person perspective and features elements similar to those found in its predecessors, with gameplay focusing on combat and exploration. If you pre-ordered this game already or don't yet know what to do, you have a few more days to wait as Elden Ring will be releasing on the 25th of February for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One.
Grid Legends is the third installment from Codemasters, the developers with a long history behind professional racing and titles like Need for Speed Shift, Formula 1, and Dirt. Grid Legends brings instant thrills and iconic racing moments at the highest speeds in the world's most incredible cars with action and drama everywhere you look. Each race comes ready with jaw-dropping moments and that intoxicating thrill of motorsports. Race on the edge, forge new rivalries, and battle for glory. The game looks absolutely stunning and we can expect some beautiful race location and events. Grid Legends will release for PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S on 26th of February.
Atelier Sophie 2, The Alchemist of the Mysterious Dream is rather a long title. It's the second installment of the Atelier Sophie game. Atelier Sophie 2 continues the story of Sophie and Placta's many adventures. After leaving Sophie's hometown of Kirchenbell, the pair discovers a huge tree identical to one that they had seen in a dream. And as they get closer, a mysterious vortex pulls them inside. Sophie wakes up to discover she is now in a dream world called Erdeweg, where she meets unfamiliar faces but with names that she is accustomed to. Atelier Sophie was an interesting title that focused on alchemy, friendship, gathering, and exploration, so we hope to see the next one has to deliver, and will release for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PC on 25th February.
Unbound World Apart is an interesting indie title that probably slipped your radar in search for new games. Master the power of each portal to stop the collapse of reality. Unbound World Apart is a challenging, atmospheric, and hand-drawn puzzle platformer set in the universe where all worlds are connected by portals. From the trailer, we get to see that you are in control of a power that you shift between the two worlds in order to influence your terrain and overcome obstacles. It looks like a really charming platformer, and I'm more than happy to try this game out one day. Unbound World Apart will release for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X on the 28th of February.
Now there's a couple of titles that were expected for this month, but we are not sure if they will release as we don't have a precise date of release and some of the titles may be pushed forward. A Musical Story is a rhythm game set against the 70s backdrop, explore the memories of Gabriel, a young man trying to come to terms with his situation through the connection addition to his musical memory. The initial release for this game was on March 2021, but it has been pushed for 2022. All we know for now is that we can expect it for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, iPhone, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And we can only hope to see it released sometime this month.
Figment 2, Creed Valley is an action-adventure game set in the human mind. Dusty and his very optimistic sidekick Piper must travel to Creed Valley, where the mind's ideals are formed to restore peace. A journey filled with musical showdowns and mind-bending puzzle awaits. Funny enough, I just finished playing Figment 1 just yesterday, and I didn't expect for a sequel, but I'm interested to see nevertheless what Figment 2 has in store. Figment 2 Creed Valley will release for PC and Nintendo Switch sometime in February unless it gets pushed back a little more.
Vampire: The Masquerade Swansong is an upcoming role-playing video game developed by Big Bad Wolf and published by Nacon. Vampire: The Masquerade Swansong is a narrative-driven, single-player role-playing video game in which the player controls 3 vampires with different vampiric abilities, switching between them over the course of the game. Vampire: The Masquerade Swansong will be released for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. As of now, the date is yet unclear.
Blood Bowl 3 is well expected to release sometime soon in February, but we don't have yet a confirmation for its exact release. If you've never played the series like I have, I will explain what Blood Bowl is. Blood Bowl is a turn-based strategy game inspired by American football in the Warhammer fantasy world, where elves, humans, and orcs and other creatures fight for the ball with shoulders charge, kicking, punching, and weapons of varying degrees of lethality. I have to be honest that I've never played an American football game before, but this has sparked my interest since I've laid my eyes on Blood Bowl 2. I bought both of them, but I haven't had the chance to actually play them yet. Blood Bowl 3 will release for PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S sometime in February, unless otherwise.
Last on today's video, we have Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. The Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster series is a special collection of HD remasters featuring updated art, music, and quality of life improvements. The first 5 entries are currently available on PC, iOS, and Android. Final Fantasy has been a popular and great series, and I'm sure a lot of old-time fans of the series are more than happy to revisit the series in a higher visual quality than before. I know for a fact that Vasural will be excited to play this series as he never played any of the Final Fantasy games before. Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster will release for PC, iPhone, and Android this February.
So that's all for today's video. We hope that you enjoyed it and that you found our listing useful. We know that a lot of people are waiting for the most known titles listed on this video and the previous one, but we are welcoming everybody to check the rest of the games. Once again, if you've never seen the previous series, we urge you to go and check it out. We put a link in the screen and as well in the caption.
Thank you very much for watching once again. If you enjoy what we do and wish to support our journey on YouTube, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos. You've been watching Telplay. My name is Armenia alongside Vasural, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye!
Bye!